Okay, so tonight I want to talk about what my plans are for the month of August in terms of this uh, the CG stuff. Um, so I am doing at least one, if not two, challenges. One of them is from EJ Hassel. I'm going to butcher his last name. iDesign is his company, and the other is and Jonathan Winbush. They came together to come up with a challenge, and this is what you see on the screen. My starting point. Um, so their challenge is they provided a little model and a landscape and camera moves, and they said do what you want. Most they want it pretty much um, in Unreal Engine. They don't want you, taking it and immediately bringing it into cinema or someplace else to do the main work. Basically, they want the main work to be done in cinema, and sorry, in Unreal Engine, but you can use other tools for rendering, such as After Effects or Nuke or something of that nature. Um, so what I've done so far is I did a little did covered the landscape using a little trick that Winbush taught us. Let me show you something if I can. There we go. Okay, mesh paint. Now, if you go to paint, you see you have these red, blue, and greens. That determines which of three. I suppose you can do four with the alpha. Let me show you uh, the material I came up with. Where is the materials? Let's see, blend material. So that's what this is called. And what I basically did is and he goes over in great detail. You have several layers of stuff. My base layer is wild tree grass. My second layer is mossy grass, and then the top layer is fallen leaves. And basically, depending on what you select in this paint, whether you red, green on, or blue on, I suppose you could do them all, but it's going to look kind of weird. So green is the mossy grass. And let's see if it's going to let me. Oh, I think I have to reverse these. Is it? I think I need to be on the ground. And this, for some reason, it doesn't want to, it's not painting for me. Okay. Oh, I'm on the cube again. I'm not on the land, on the ground. And let's see. This is supposed to paint, but here we go. There we go. It's a little big, so we're going to bring this down in size to like 0.1. Let's see what. And then you could let's 0.05. And I have green selected, which should be the mossy grass. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Let's bring this out a little bit and see. So this is our maybe not. See what we get with red. Yeah, this is, you can see it's darker here. And I'm going to darken this up. And then blue, if I switch to blue, I believe that is the what does blue look like? All right, let's go back to, I will probably not. Okay, I want the select node. And we'll keep this one. And let's see what this is, what this looks like. Let's have a look here. What does this look like? That looks like the wild grass. And the other one looks like the figure out which one is which. That's the mossy grass. That looks like the fallen leaves. And this should be well, you get the idea. So you have these 3 layers and you can paint. I'm not going to save this. So that was part of it. And then you need to do something to dress this guy up. Now, as I said, he gives you a camera, and it also comes with a sequence. It gives you like a little camera shake. So that is the starting point. Now, what I need is I want something around him, like some kind of shrine type thing. So I was watching something this morning on modeling in cinema, and I came up with this. This is basically a sweep where the star, you have an arc that's being swept by a star. And it looks kind of cool. So what I'm going to do is I want to see what's going to, I have no idea if it's the right size or, so what we need to go into project settings and then go to Cineware and let's see, anything, there's no animation here. So we want this, well, we're going to loot, well, I always like open. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this. Save project as UE. And save project as UE1. Let's be real creative here. Nope. All right. Yeah, fine. So now what we're going to do is go back to Unreal and let me make sure I got the right stuff going here. Let's go for Windows. No, it's Edit, Plugins. Make sure that there's this center. Yep, that's enabled. Okay. So what we can do, I think it's here, is Datasmith, File Import. And we're going to go up here to C4TD projects. Yeah. And we're going to do, oh, that doesn't, oh, that's model. Let's do it by, did not save it where I thought it did. So let's go back here and save it again. File, save project as. Oh, I see what's going on. I see what I did wrong. All right. So now we should be able to go back here and refresh that and see if it saves our model. There we go. There we go. So we're gonna import that and we're gonna put it in, let's see, I am gonna make a, well, I'm gonna put it in developers, I think, for now. Step 1 and collections, let's put it there. Yeah, I want the whole 9 yards. Now, I don't know if I set this, I think you can tell it to do nanite. So you can see it's, and as you can see, it's a little small. So what we're going to do, what we can do in that case is we can make this scale up until it's big enough. Oh. And we probably want this pushed back. And let's see what it looks like from the front. Or is it still... Still, I think I still want it a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And let's do this. top. Sometimes it's hard to find. Okay. Now the beauty here is that it brings the, let's see, it's pretty much centered, I think. Let's look at the angle. The rotation angle is 0, and the rotation angle for our statue is also 0. So theoretically, it should, let's go back. Let's go to the left. And where is my corner? I'm not seeing it, but let's look to the, let's go back to actually the perspective. And it's pretty even. So what we would do, what I'm going to do now is come up with some kind of cool texture. A little modern looking, but we're gonna, I may use some other textures here to, I have to play around. I don't like this, actually, the moss may be the best one for the path. And I could put, the one thing I can show you also is that I bought some stuff from, well, I bought some trees. So we got some spruce trees, and we got some little leaves, got some pine trees. So we got that. Now these blueprints are, I think, more for the third person character. But we also got some stuff from Megascans, which was our surfaces, the grass, and so on. So what I'm going to do with the trees, and of course that's part of the thing, it's supposed to be a forest type scene, but you can also bring in, as you know from Megascans, I can probably bring in different kind of rocks. And actually, I thought I got a whole bunch of stuff the other day, so we're going to bring some of that in and make it look interesting. So anyway, getting back to this and to kind of sum up. So let me go over how I made this again. I created a arc, and I made it 90 degrees. Let's look at that. Let's look at the arc object, and you can see the radius, and the angle is, 180 to cover half, so it's like a semicircle. Then I did a sweep with a star. So if you look at the bottom of this, it's like star shape, which kind of gives an interesting look. And then I put it in a cloner and kind of played around with that. So we got 3. And again, I could, you know, if I want to make it more. But you get this kind of really cool look. Now, I did not texture it, and I'm still getting this thing back together. I was getting in here, and I'm like, where are all my tools? Where is Redshift? Where is anything? Somehow my license got switched to Light, which has missing a whole bunch of stuff. So once I switched it back and was able to get it to start, because there was a conflict with one of the plugins, but then I was able to work on this. But the point being is if you're using cinema and all of a sudden half your tools go away, check what license you have it assigned to. Make sure it's your cinema or your Maxon 1, and so on. But we're going to put some kind of interesting texture on here back in Unreal, and kind of hopefully make something interesting. I certainly do not expect to win anything, but it is these contests, these challenges are a good way to build your skill. And if you want to just definitely watch both. Obviously, there's a video introducing the challenge that is on Winbush's channel. He also did one where he went through the thing and showed you his. And then the other thing we had is he did one with EJ about kind of trying to coach him a little bit. So anyway, again, this is going to be let's say challenge month, and I'm going to really be focusing on it and teaching you everything that I learn as I progress through it, even if it's something silly like make sure you have the right thing checked in cinema for your license. Don't know how that happened, but that's the way it is. I would also highly recommend, highly, because I'm going through it. About almost exactly a year ago, the Maxon folks in their Maxon training team channel put out beginner tutorials, and part 2 was on modeling. And really take a look at that. I think you'll learn a lot. That's how I learned to make. That's how I made this, or renewed my memory, because I went through EJ's class on School of Motion, like I said, about 2 years ago, and but I kind of got away from it for a little bit, and so you kind of forget how this stuff works. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will speak to you next time. Take care.